Hi everyone, Space Cowboy here, coming at you with another Mafia 3 video. Major reason being, I have not played Mafia 3 since the last video. I've just not had time. I've been filming some other videos, Dishonored 2, I tried to get some Diablo played, I couldn't get that done, and then last night I started Vermintide. So what I decided today is, I want to play a game that I've been enjoying, so what I've decided to do is just do some Mafia 3 and also make some content. So here we are. I keep pressing that for the map, it's wrong. So we're now at a stage where kill the enforcers to lower the difficulty. So what we're trying to do in this part of the game is basically take out this, I believe it's the smack dealers. So I think we fixed that. So it's just this that's left, the smack, yeah. Destroy heroin, yeah. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, we don't need any guns out just now, but we'll go this way. And already I've forgotten the controls of the game. Brilliant. Controller preset, so... Aim is left trigger, sprint is left stick, that's what I thought. Okay. So, reacquainted with the controls again, let's get to the story mission. No idea what's happened to my car. I did have a car and I parked it somewhere and I've forgotten where it is, so no idea. But we'll just walk there. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, played Vermintide last night. Did a two-part video on that. Part 2 will be going up very soon. I uploaded part 1 tonight. Yeah, so that's kind of the way I'm kind of working things at the moment. I'm just playing around with the channel because something I've noticed, that my Assassin's Creed playthrough isn't getting really, I think people aren't that interested in it, but it's something I do intend to continue. But what I want to do is just kind of dip in and out of games that I like to play rather than have a set. I mean, Assassin's Creed I think is going to be the only set thing I really play apart from Diablo Sundays, which I'm going to try and do every Sunday. But Assassin's Creed is going to be like the set thing I do, and then I'm going to try and mix it up every now and again with different things each week, just maybe doing 2 or 3 part videos on different games, having some fun with it. Random Saturdays is going to be more or less kind of pretty much a thing of the past, in the sense that it's going to be random what I play most times. I might go through a spell of playing Mafia 3, 4 or 5 times, and then I'll stop and play something else. My playstyle is kind of sporadic like that, so let's see. What we have to do is take out these guys.
I ain't pulling this duty more than twice a week. God protect, this ain't the place for you. Sweet babe, we welcome. You ain't. I found him, come on! What do you think you're doing? Moving behind some boys down! Can't move! How's that feel, asshole? Yeah!
Oh, so I just lighted that Molotov in his hand. That's pretty cool. And same with him. Uh-oh. weird what they're saying. This it's like he's tried to kill me. Yes, that's why I'm shooting the gun at you.
Taking the shot. Buy me some time. Got.
So yeah, that's kind of cool that you can do the kind of brutal kills like that. But I have no bullet. Oh, hang on, I've got some bullets here. Let's get a little bit closer.
Motherfucker out of here. Motherfucker's tearing us a new one.
Damn right I am. There we go. That's mostly everyone taken down. I'll go collect some money and some, because I know that's something I'm probably not going to need later on, but I'd like to get some money now. What am I doing? Oh no, I don't need you. Drop. I actually thought that was me picking up ammo, but it wasn't. Someone's still shooting at me. I've got 4 bullets, well 5 in this one, and I've got shotgun bullets left, so...
You people are so fucking nosy.
Oh, now I've got a machine gun. And who shot me? I didn't see that bullet coming. So, just bear with me 1 second. I have just received a text message and I need to turn off my phone. Sorry about this, everyone. Okay. Right, back to the game. Let's get this sorted. So, I picked up a machine gun. I've got this, so let's holster our weapon. Ah. Oh, hello. Come on. Come on. Get closer so I can just... There we go. Yeah, I think I said it in the previous video. Before you got the knife, the kills weren't as brutal as they've turned out to be. It's really surprising how brutal this game got very quickly. And then I should have known because, whew, I mean, the game went right in there with the racist epithets. N-word this, N-word that. It was very crazy. So I was very surprised, but I shouldn't have been. But whew, that game did take me by surprise, I'll tell you. I don't know if you heard that, but that was quite funny. He said, like, the good book says, F you. except he actually said that. I'm not a big swearer. Have to be honest. I'm not one for swearing. Kind of had to teach myself to stop doing it when I was little. Like, cause you know when all your friends are swearing, so you do it to be cool. I kind of weaned myself off of it by replacing swear words. Oh, sentries alerted. So yeah, I kind of weaned myself off swearing by replacing the words that I would say. You know, the F word, I replaced the major one with fudge. So like, you know, what the fudge is happening, get the fudge out of here. I started saying that, and I got that from South Park. So, you know, that's how I kind of stopped swearing when I was little. And a lot of people found that, like, thought I was joking when I did it, but I really wasn't. I just didn't like swearing. And my accent as well. I'm from Glasgow, so my accent isn't what people typically imagine as a Glasgow accent, and that's because I've kind of taught myself to try and speak properly, dropping the major parts of my accent as well. So yeah, but this has been quite funny. Oh, here he comes now. There we go. I just realised these women are all topless, and that's so. And what I found out is that from watching all these all the movies of the 80s and 90s that were all about the drug trade, is he found out that the women were stripped naked so that they couldn't steal anything. Because when I saw some of the films when I was younger, like 15, 16, and I saw that it's like all these people have got no clothes on, I just thought it's messed up that the drug dealers make them do that for, you know, just for their own pleasure. And then I found out, no, it's not for their own pleasure, it's because they don't want them to steal anything. Because anything, any piece of clothing they have can conceal drugs, so they don't want that to happen. So what I'm doing is getting all the money I can as well. I don't think I need any bullets. I think I'm okay for bullets. Yeah, I'm kind of full up on bullets. There's some money over here. I can see it on my map, so let's go get this. And I think what I need to do now is interrogate a dealer. So what I'll do is I'll crouch down. We'll go this way. Nothing much this way. We'll go through the church then. And the church has got money in it, and it might have some people in it as well. But I like this structure of the game. You're taking down the operations. The Godfather 2 tried this. The Godfather part. Was it called? What was the game called exactly? I think it was The Godfather 2, and the movie's called The Godfather Part 2, I believe. And that's how the distinction that is there, is that the game is just called Godfather 2 and the movie's called Part 2, and that's how they're different, you know, different beasts, so to speak. So it's very strange the way they do that. Let's have a look. Bear with me. Sorry about this. It's my phone is blowing up. all of a sudden people want to speak to me. I go months without anyone saying anything to me, and all of a sudden it's like, oh. This. There. Okay. So yeah, the game Mafia 3 did this. You No, I don't. What you would do is you would take over the city and take over the operations, and but what it was is like racketeering. You would go into a shop and break it up a little bit until the guy eventually gave in. You know, there was different ways to do it, but it never felt you were expanding. It just felt like you were kind of unlocking the next area to go just shoot people at. You know, it wasn't anything that, you know, really blew me away. I was just kind of like, oh, okay. And it was a neat idea, and don't get me wrong, that game had a lot of problems, but for all its problems, it did some things really well. And it seems that this game has taken that and said, let's do it a bit better. That's not to say that this game is perfect. I have not played it all to say it is perfect, but I have enjoyed what I've played so far. Because I think I played Mafia 1 briefly on PC. I know it came out on the PlayStation 2, and I was going to get it on PlayStation 2, but by the time it actually came out on PlayStation 2, the transition to PlayStation 3 was already happening. I had an Xbox 360 at that point, and had more or less just completely abandoned my PS2. Oh, can I help? Hey. Hey. So, there we go. So basically, I didn't play the first Mafia. I played Mafia 2 on Xbox first, and then I got it on 360. And it wasn't too bad. It was all right. Let's have a look. That's everyone. So, yeah, I played a lot of Mafia 2, and I really liked the story. I thought the story was really well done. I saw some electronic parts around here. Is there any? No, I don't. Who's got a gun? Like, I like the story of Vito in Mafia 2. Like, you know, he was a young kid who, and I'm pretty much going to spoil the first half of the game for you. Basically, you're a young punk kid who gets caught with your friend trying to rob like a jewellery store, and your friend gets away but you don't, and you cover for him. You basically say you did it all on your own, or, you know, I think you let him get away some way or another. So what basically happens is that you have the choice of going to jail or going to the army, and you go to the army, and there's actually a mission where you end up going to the army. You actually do a mission in Rome.
You work for me now.
Now someone is going to the police, so I am not going to let you do that. So you go to the army, and you actually do a mission in Italy, and how the mission gets resolved, and it's the weirdest thing in the world, is that during the mission, the place has been like you're fighting the Italian army, and all of a sudden the Italian army are told to drop down their weapons by a Mafia don, and they do it. And that's how the mission ends, and that's Vito saying, well, the Mafia are actually powerful. And then he comes home and he meets up with his old friend, and he does try to go straight. He tries to get a job where he's straight, and it doesn't work out. He doesn't want to do that. He finds out his mum and sister are in debt, so he decides, I need to get money fast. So he starts working with his friend, and they start climbing and through both of them working together, they start climbing their way up the criminal ranks. That's about as far as I got in the game. Because as much as the story was great and funny, the open world was incredibly dull. It ran like clockwork, but not in a good way. It was like you could see the cogs working underneath. It wasn't like it was dynamically functioning like a Grand Theft Auto or a Sleeping Dogs or something like that. It wasn't. The world was just there and working, and nothing happened. So let's go kill. Oh dear. Sorry, taking a drink of the old Pepsi Max there. It's my fuel. So that's about as far as I got with Mafia 3, because I played Mafia 1 briefly, where you were a taxi driver and then you became a driver for the mob, and then through that you start working your way up, I'm assuming. And then Mafia 2 is Vito's story, where you kind of climb the ranks of the Mafia through your friend and, things like that. It's these games are interesting in the sense that they're not bad, but they're never great. And I think Mafia 3 was everyone's, feeling that it was going to be great. This was it. This was finally the time for Mafia to, make its mark. And the fact that it sold okay, but it didn't do well critically, has hurt it a lot. Because I remember the internet and the lead up to this game coming out, the hype machine was in full effect. Everybody was talking forward to all the messages blown up like, oh, Mafia 3, oh, have you seen a new video about Mafia 3? And it sort of came out of nowhere, because I remember them announcing Mafia 3 and talking about the dynamics of it on some websites, and then to me it was like radio silence for a long time. And I'll admit, I don't keep up to date with a lot of gaming news. I used to listen to the Giant Bombcast for all my gaming news, but the problem with that is that you're talking about a 3-hour podcast where they talk about games, and then they got obsessed with PC gaming, and I just couldn't get into it as much as I wanted to. And also as well, after Ryan Davis passed away, the show never ever recovered. I mean, it's still good, and it's still got some great moments in it, but it never recovered to the point where it was amazing again. And that's what it used to be. I mean, I still go back and listen to old Giant Bombcast with Ryan Davis, because that stuff is 1,000,000% funny. Like, the stuff they talk about in that show is great.
Damn it, answer me.
So, I don't keep up to date with the gaming news, mainly because of that. After Ryan Davis passed away, I lost my temperament for listening to the shows, because there's always someone in the show that I don't like listening to. It's because they don't talk about things that I'm interested in. I mean, my main one that I don't like at the moment, or when he first came into it, was Drew Scanlon. Mainly because he wasn't he wasn't very interesting. I mean, he could be funny, but he wasn't consistently funny. I mean, you get someone like Vinny who is insanely funny. Even when he doesn't mean to be, he's funny. You get Jeff, who's hilarious. Brad, who can come in with some stuff that's funny. And they worked together. And then Patrick came in and it was good. You know, he was actually able to add to it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, so she was his son or Patrick. I thought Patrick Leppy was great. He was very interesting, and when he wanted to get a story, he got to the source of it. So, you know, the Bombcast worked because of that, but once Ryan Davis left, once he passed away, I just stopped listening. I started finding other things to listen to, and not gaming wise. I realised gaming podcasts are all well and good, but that I wanted something else. Especially when I was in a period in my life where I was suffering from depression really badly. It was really bad. And I decided I needed something to take my mind off things. Escape for me was video games and listening to podcasts. And that's what I do whenever I was alone. I would put on a game that had very little plot, so to speak, or had lots of side missions. A kind of Assassin's Creed style game where I could just put on a podcast, put my earbuds in, play the game for a couple hours, and just, you know, it took my mind off things. And it was a great help. It didn't by any means cure me. What cured me was going to the doctors. So I would say right now, if you're suffering from depression and you haven't been to the doctors and you think, oh, all they're going to do is drug me up and I don't want that, I get it, but go to the doctors because there are alternatives to, you know, just taking tablets. I mean, I'm on pills, I'm on tablets every day of my life, but that's because I chose that. I know people who suffer from it who don't want to take the tablets and they get on just fine without them because they've got alternatives as well. So, you know, so while I took the tablets and started, you know, just kind of reflecting on things while I read, like, I would play games, put the podcasts in, and just forget about things for a while. And, you know, it did help because I had those couple of hours to break away from everything and it gave me time to focus. So it did help. So when I was looking for something to listen to, I just didn't want video game stuff because now the Bombcast felt very dry, so I wasn't getting entertained as much. It was more just like, here's the games that are coming out, here's what we think of them, snarky remark from Jeff, a few chuckles, moving on. And that was it. And that was literally what the Bombcast became for a long time. So I started finding other podcasts to listen to, and I found a great deal of podcast. I found a lot out there. I found some bad ones, found some good ones. Yeah, so let's go finish this mission. Enough talk about me and and my backstory, so to speak. Sorry, I got a bit self-indulgent there on the stream. Yeah. But if you're someone who listens to podcasts, got a couple of recommendations for you if you don't already listen to these podcasts. First recommendation is probably my favourite podcast at the moment. It's called We Hate Movies. Three or sometimes four guys sit down, dissect a movie, a bad movie generally, piece by piece and really just lay into the movie. Go back, listen to their back catalogue. Some of the stuff they talk about is hilarious. Another it's very good to listen to, especially if you're travelling, because it passes the time so quickly. But now we've got a mission. Hooray! We can finally get to this mission. Because what I've done is basically just wiped out the racket.
He's more of a kinder, gentler redneck.
Okay, just take a quick drink here.
His wife is expecting.
Man in that situation usually doesn't care who he works for, as long as he's still above ground.
Poor Sap starts blubbering when the two of them talk about names. Right now, it's between Bocephus and Thomas Lee. Anyway, his guys have the church locked down, and all of them are more of the shoot first, let God sort them out variety of redneck. You get your hands on Charlie, though. He'll do what he's told without putting up much of a fuss. All your intel's been updated.
You going back to the motel?
After I get something to eat, I'll see you when you're done dealing with these inbred assholes.
Okay. So we're storming the church then. So this is us going to finally take over the SMAC missions then, which is really good. It does mean we're going to end up in a pitched battle though, so... Okay, so I was talking about recommendations of podcasts. It was right. I think when it comes to things like that, I probably will recruit more than I kill in this game. Another podcast I would recommend if you're into podcasts, if that's your thing and you're looking for something to listen to. I've mentioned it once before. It's called The Last Podcast on the Left. And it's a horror comedy podcast. Now, what I will say is that you need to have a really, really dark sense of humour to like this podcast, because they talk about some dark subjects. They go pretty... if you're easily offended, don't listen to it. That's all I'm going to say. They talk about serial killers, alien abduction, different things, different topics that are all weird and wacky, but they do their research, which is the big thing I can say about them. They don't go in with just their opinions. They read the books about the subjects. They go full on when it comes to talking about the subjects at hand. Like for the Columbine episode, they really went deep on the research, because everyone thinks Columbine, they think of Bowling for Columbine, they think, oh, these two guys shot the jocks and they were nerds who were picked on. They weren't. Turns out these guys were bullies themselves.
We're getting fucked raw. Get over here right quick.
Oh, and I'm down. So this is a longer video than I'm used to, but this is because this is just playing the game and having some fun. I'm gonna throw this up on my channel on a random day, but it's not gonna be my main featured video of the day. I'm just gonna throw this up because it's me playing some Mafia 3, talking some smack, mainly because kind of bored. Decided I wanted to play a game I wanted to play. Decided to make some content and decided to talk nonsense just for entertainment purposes. And of course, while I'm doing that, my phone starts blowing up, so there was some blanks in there which I can apologise for. Right, I seem to be losing a lot of money here. Okay, my... Okay. I am gonna go this way.
Where have you
Let's go. Okay, now I tried to go in the back door that time, it didn't work. I'm gonna try the front door this time. And this is a bad idea, but you know what? I died through the back door, so let's try the front door.
I told Richie not to put Charlie in charge of the heroin, but he insisted that he old Charlie's old man or some shit.
Charlie ain't half the man his pop was. Shit!
When that nigga shows his face around here, we'll deal with him. And then deal with Charlie.
Black man gets picked up with a little weed, and he ends up going away for years on trumped up charges. But some white apple pie eating college boy gets pinched for the same thing. Goddamn thing.
Huh? What you think's behind that shit?
Two of them at once.
Buckle up, fellas. It's about to get rocky. Holy shit!
Okay, so that was actually pretty good. Gonna take that shotgun because it's got more bullets than the machine gun has. Oh, how could you have seen me? Killed him quick. That's out to the back way, so we need to go this way.
I'ma tear him a new asshole.
Hey, boys, we can't take much more of this.
Got something.
There we go. Quick, brutal takedown. Don't think he's seen me. I think he's just looking for me. Come on. Come on. Come on, that's it. Closer and stabby stab. Stippity stab. Okay, let's. Pretty sure there's someone down here.
Let's look this way.
Oh, they're still looking for me.
Let's look this way.
Let's look this way. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Alright, do I burst in the house?
Maybe he's over here.
Yeah, maybe he is over there. Yet I know for a fact I'm here.
So bitch right now. Fire a gun.
He was... He was not wanting to get down there. I'll take that.
Ducking my ass down!
Yeah, you probably should.
In my sights! Taking the shot!
And we're gonna recruit him.
Work for me, and you might live long enough to raise your family.
Okay, sure thing. Whatever you want.
That's good, Charlie. Real good.
So I've secured the smack racket. You know what, I'll give it to her, because I'm giving her the entire place anyway, so...
Send your men to the First Baptist Church. Those Dixie heathens have been handled.
I'll have some of my men come right over. And thanks.
Because we're turning the hollow over to her, so we might as well give her that. So what I'm going to do is stop the video here. I've had some fun playing it. I've been very self-indulgent in the video. So like, be a main video, it's just going to be one I'm going to throw up randomly. My name is Space Cowboy. Thanks for watching.